Hi everyone, I'm Tanaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your forecast for the end of 2021. I'll be taking a little bit of a break over the holidays. I have some family coming into town, so I'll be back in January, probably the week of January 9th, I think. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. You will get updated when I'm back. Also subscribe to my newsletter. I'll put a description box below, but you can find a sign up box under every article on the site, and that's on foreverconscious.com. All right, so let's talk about the end of 2021. We have quite a few things happening as we wrap up the month of December. I kind of have touched on all of them. I also have articles written about all of them. So I'll just kind of give you a little bit of the essence of things as we're moving to close up 2021. 2021 was a year of creativity and change. It was a number 5 year. It's a number 5 year in numerology, and that's all about creativity, change. So change and creativity kind of go hand in hand. Change is a very creative energy. When things shift and change in our life, we're forced to get creative. We're forced to think bigger. We're forced to sort of think outside the box. So use these last couple of weeks of the year to think about all the changes that you've made and how you can bring some of that creative energy to those changes, to think about things in a new way, to bring new inspiration, to bring new ideas into your life. Also, as we wrap up 2021, the energy is very reflective, and this is because we have Venus entering retrograde. This happens on December 19th. So the rule with retrogrades is that the closer a planet is to the sun, the more we feel the retrograde. So of course, Venus is nice and close to the sun, and so we're going to feel this retrograde pretty strongly. Also, Venus retrogrades only about every 18 months or so, so it's a rare energy. So when it happens, we definitely tend to feel it. Venus retrograde, I've already kind of spoken about this, but basically it's a heart-led energy. We're working on peeling back another layer of our hearts. And in case I'm not back by this date, I want you to pay attention around January 8th. This is a very important day in the Venus retrograde cycle. So Venus retrograde helps us to heal and mend heart wounds, to reconsider, to reflect on things relating to our relationships. And this is our relationship with the self, with money, and with other people. So all of that can come up for review in a Venus retrograde. On January 8th, we have what's called the Venus star point, or Venus aligning with the sun. This is essentially what that is. And when that happens, it's considered the rebirth of Venus. Venus has traveled retrograde. She's still retrograde, but she's going through this rebirth moment. And this is sort of like the initial seeds that are planted, and then finally she'll go direct on January 29th, and you'll kind of be able to work with this rebirth energy with a little more clarity. Think of it kind of like the seed is just sprouted and you kind of have to give it time to unfold and blossom. So January 8th is sort of that seed moment, that seed sprouting. And that sort of is sort of like a metaphor for our own heart's opening, our own, like, and a layer that's around our heart peeling back to reveal just a little crack, and then things expand and open from there. We awaken more and more. So pay attention to January 8th. If you are going through troubles with money or relationships, or you're really feeling that Venus retrograde energy strongly, that January 8th date onwards, you may find that answers start coming your way. Things seem a little bit clearer. That is the rebirth of Venus and the rebirth of our heart energy. Also, another big energy that we have two other big kind of events happening as we wrap up December. On the 24th, we have the third Saturn-Uranus square. I also spoke about this last week, so I won't go into it more. This is an energy we've been working with kind of all through the year. And in a nutshell, it represents where we need to break free from our limitations, the things that limit us. What boxes, what cages have you put yourself into? This energy is helping you to break free from them. And how we do that is by honoring the past, taking wisdom from the past. That's the Saturn component. And then breaking, allowing that wisdom to then inform us as to how we break free. That's the Uranus part, how we break free and let go of those limitations. So, also this Saturn Uranus energy is something that we have felt very strongly all through the year. We'll continue to actually feel it in 2022 as well. So maybe now that we're starting to get a little more familiar with it, think about, well, what are your limitations? What limits do you put on yourself? Most of the time our limitations are self-imposed. So maybe start thinking about that and thinking about ways that in 2022 or even starting today, you can start breaking free of some of those self-limiting beliefs, those self-limiting thoughts, those limits that you put on yourself, that you stop and prevent yourself from doing things, from saying things, from, going after what it is that you want. Maybe see if you can, become conscious and aware of that so you can start pushing past them a little bit more aggressively in the new year. Also, the other final big energy that we're wrapping up 2021 with is Jupiter moving into Pisces. Now, this has already happened at one point earlier this year, and then Jupiter went retrograde back into Aquarius, and now it's heading over back into Pisces, where it will stay for quite a bit of 2022. Jupiter in Pisces is a beautiful, compassionate energy, and actually it really flavors the tone of next year. Jupiter in Pisces is a very brings about spiritual awakenings. It's also a very creative placement for Jupiter to be in. So if you work in a creative field or even in a spiritual type field, energy healing, that kind of thing, next year could be very, very lucky for you using that energy of Jupiter in Pisces. It really supports creative, film, artistic, spiritual type projects, especially fantasy type ones. That's a very Jupiter in Pisces. The music as well, music industry, if you work in the music industry, could be very, very fortunate under this Jupiter in Pisces energy. Also, on a sort of deeper level, this Jupiter in Pisces energy is helping us to bring a level of acceptance. And this is sort of a theme that 2022 holds as well. We've been through all these changes, the pandemic and all of the changes that brought. And now, as we march into this year, there's a sense of needing to create some stability, to establish ourselves, to know that we can't go backwards. The changes that were made are here to stay, at least for now, and we need to accept. We need to accept what is happening and then adjust our lives accordingly, start creating a foundation accordingly. And of course, that can look different for different people. Maybe this whole situation, you're realizing, okay, we're not going to go back. Things are not going to be how they were before 2020 began. We have to now move forward. We have to take this new set of circumstances, whether we like them or not, and mold them into something that is empowering and purposeful and joyful for ourselves. So how can you work with that? That's what 2022 is going to be about. It's sort of like a year for establishing, consolidating, creating new things based on where we're at. It's kind of like the year where we're building a firm foundation. So I actually have a 2022 forecast up already, so please check that out. You can get a little snapshot as to the energies of what's ahead. 2022 is also a number 6 year in numerology, which is all about establishing, consolidating, getting organized, but also healing. 6 is the number of healing, and so there'll be a lot of opportunities or support throughout the year to help us heal, especially bloodline type wounds or karmic wounds or things that we have sort of inherited or can perpetuate, things in our life that we're kind of on a hamster wheel with. Those are the type of things we're really getting support to heal and break free from in the new year. So as we turn the page over into 2022, we have Venus in retrograde, Jupiter just moving into Pisces, that final Saturn-Uranus square. It is big energy, but it's also got this very reflective tone to it. So try and tune and connect with that reflective energy. Oh, and actually I totally forgot, we also have the solstice coming up on December 21st. That is a high vibrational day, so use that energy for healing, for restoration. Spend time in nature, soak up the vibrations of Mother Earth because they're nice and healing and strong on that day. And yes, we're walking into 2022 with this reflective energy, with this heart-led energy, and this energy that's really supporting us to break free from the things that limit us and to heal and let go of some wounds. So big, big, big energies. I'll be back in January. I hope that was helpful. I just want to thank you guys all so much for your support over the years. And I wish you all a wonderful, safe, happy holiday season and a great start to 2022. And I will see you in the new year. Thank you guys so much. And always, as always, check out foreverconscious.com for more. Thank you.